And thank you for coming. This is going to be awesome. So we have a little bit of an intro talk. We're going to give you some history on the events we've run before as the FOSSi Foundation. And actually some more thank yous to John Eaton, who's helped us out. He was the sort of boots on the ground here. Michael Welling for doing these awesome badges, and Osh Park for manufacturing them. Extra bonus points if you get this working at some point. Yeah. I think Greg's come the closest so far. And thank you yesterday to the Control H PDX Hackerspace guys. That was a really fun event for people to just go hang out. And Carl and Next Day Video and his crew who are here filming today. So thank you very much. So yep, bit of a formal welcome. The schedule's on the website. We have a code of conduct. So the way it'll run today, we'll do talks, breaks, or whatever. Just hang out in here. In the building, there's the Martha's Cafe down the end, which does coffee and stuff. We got a little bit of coffee up the back as well. And in the area, there's like whatever restaurants. I think there's a brewery across the way. There's a bakery. Yeah. So at lunch, I think we have about an hour and 20 minutes. That should be enough time to go and grab something. And feel free to bring it back in here. You're allowed to bring food back in here. But not booze. No booze. But there's plenty of booze in the building, thankfully. There's actually a rooftop bar that apparently opens in the afternoon. And because we're having such lovely weather here in Portland, that might be nice to go up and hang out there at lunch. Cool. And yeah, Wi-Fi, show bar staff, password, cookie, all lowercase, one word. Tonight, we have a dinner at Rock Bottom Brewing. So anyone who registered late, we've only got 70 seats for that. So anybody who registered late, like you can try and come. We'll just, probably people won't turn up. So there's probably enough room for everybody, but yeah.
Not making any guarantees.
Yeah, not making any guarantees for anybody who only registered in the last week or so. If you're tweeting, hashtag Latch-Up, of course. What else? Any other logistics? Yeah. If you have any issues, whatever, just come up, chat to us. Yeah. So, the point of Olaf, did you want to? This is Olaf's tagline.
Yeah. So we're all here together. Everyone is doing a lot of cool stuff. Just make sure to talk, reuse, and collaborate. That's basically the message here.
Excellent. Cool. So we thought we'd give you so we are from the FOSSi Foundation, and we've mainly been operating in Europe for the last kind of 10 years. So we haven't really given you personal backgrounds, but we were both involved in the Open Risk project. I started working for a company called ORConf in Stockholm in 2008, and that's how I got involved. And yeah, and then from there I sort of met everybody in the community, and one thing that was missing was like a meeting for everybody to kind of go to and just do this, just hang out, talk about the project, and just get face-to-face time. And so Olaf and I, Olaf was also working at ORConf at the time, and so we had a little informal one of all the Open Risk developers at a pub in the central station in Stockholm. It's really, really informal, but the next year we decided to make it a little bit more formal. So we had the very first ORConf, which stood for the Open Risk Conference in Stockholm as well. We only had 20 people come along and 10 talks, but that was also really cool. Just like a little conference room, crate of beer, projector, tables, really easy. And actually there's people, so I think there's Olaf and myself and the Gielder brothers. I don't know if Peter's here, but yeah, there's people who've been coming to these things since day one, which is cool. The next year we were hosted in Cambridge in the UK. We had a few more people, a few more talks, and a workshop. The year after that, we met the RISC-V guys. They came to Munich and started increasing. And from what was just a small group of Open Risk developers, we started to see people from other projects. So yeah, the RISC-V guys came out from Berkeley, and out of the woodwork came all these people who were using Open Risk, like the ETH guys, right? They were like, we made chips with Open Risk. We're like, no way. That's you did? That's amazing. Because we were all mainly FPGA developers. So the year after, we were hosted by CERN. We had 100 visitors and 30 talks, and that was really cool. So you can't fit the picture on the side there. It takes up the whole screen. Again, the year after, in Bologna in Italy, with hosted by the ETH guys. That was a really cool event. And then, 2 years ago, in Hebden Bridge. So again, this has all been in Europe so far. And then last year in Gdansk, that was a really excellent event. And so, we've been running these every year, and then we thought, well, why not go to the States? Because there's a lot of people who want to come to ORConf but can't. And so, yeah, only like 3 or 4 months ago, Olaf and I, like it had been in the back of our mind to do this, and finally, yeah, we got it together, and yeah, it was all a bit last minute, but it's worked out really well. So, and mostly due to the people who've helped us out here. So. Yeah, and so this could be a thing, like we'd like to continue this. So if we, we've done Portland, we usually like to, go to different cities, but it's mainly important Portland because Olaf and I wanted to come here. So but it turns out there's like a massive like there's a big semiconductor industry presence here. There's a really cool kind of like maker community, and yeah, just everybody who came to the hackerspace yesterday it was very clear that there's a nice like hacker open source community in Portland. So it's worked out really well. Hopefully, hopefully we will do this again next year, and hopefully we do it somewhere equally as cool. Yeah, so that's it. Now I'll hand over to Olaf, and he's going to give you more of like an update about what the FOSSi Foundation has been doing. Yeah, over to you.
Hello. Open source silicon has a...
Typical. Do we need to talk more?
Yeah. I can stand on my toes.
You could. Probably better.
Perfect.
Thank you, Carl.
So open source silicon has gotten a lot of attention lately, mostly thanks to RISC-V, I would say. But it has a surprisingly long history. We usually count 1999 as the year 0 for OpenRISC, or for open source silicon. That was the year when OpenRISC was founded and OpenCourse.org was founded. And there has been many interesting things going on since then. And as Julie said, we came in the around 2008, and I came along around 2010. And we saw that there was a need for a vendor-independent body that could govern all these different projects, because there was no central point, and OpenCourse at that point was run by a company that made